And welcome back here to Game 2 between the Warriors and the Larks. As Brianna Ayala set to lead this off here as we're heading to the top of the first. In a wind-swept game, sun has taken up residence behind the clouds. And the red dirt blowing right into our faces. And you can hear the wind howling on the microphone. Amy Hurtado getting the start, and Ayala catching a pitch that drifts high, 1 ball. Amy's numbers on the season, as that pitch is a strike. Our count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Amy working quickly here. And that one stays high and in. Our count 2-1. Amy's numbers on the season, she is 3-5, 2 saves, 1 complete game, a 6.35 earned run average, 87 runs, 52 of which were of the earned variety as that one stays high. And our count 3-1. Amy in the DP spot right now, as Kaylin's also listed to have some innings here, as Larks looking to keep their 14-game winning streak rolling. And that's on the ground up the middle, and a first base hit of the game for Ayala, and the Warriors have a runner aboard. Sterling just 50 miles over to the west and a little bit north. There's not really a straight route to get from Heston to Sterling without going north and south and doing a little bit of backtracking. And that will bring up Sierra Dean, the left fielder. Dean in game 1. TURLOCK was 0 for 3. So leadoff runner aboard. Dean shows bump, pulls back, and no one going. Defensively for the Larks, Lex is in left, Niss in center, Jenna G over in right field. And Paige Biddle over at the hot corner. Jessie is at short. Malia Sandy over at second. Jenna Schneider getting the nod at first here in this second game. That pitch missing high, and count 2 balls, no strikes. Whether you're a fan of the Warriors, fan of the Larks, would love to hear for you. Text us 620-217-1465. Feel free to fire me a text. Tell us who you are, who you're watching, where you're watching from. There's a strike. And our count 2 balls, 1 strike here to Sierra Dean. Jimenez waiting on deck. And Samara Allred, the DP, bats cleanup. Strike out a corner, running back! And snap throw back, not quite in time. And the count now even 2 balls, 2 strikes is the strike. Sadie snapped the throw back. Jenna was right there. That one upstairs too high on our count. 3-2. Payoff pitch coming up from Amy. That's too high. Runner going 3 on the Larks with the mental error there. It was ball 4. Dean trots down to first. Ayala takes the throw, takes third on the error. And now runners at the corners, not out. Got a text from the 505 saying, "Let's go, Larks." Keep that streak alive from the 505. We're rooting for you. We're all rooting for you. Words are hard. 1 ball now to Jimenez. And there's a strike from Amy. And our count 1-1. 14-game winning streak here for the Larks. This is a non-conference matchup. That one fouled back. On our count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2, change up, drifting high. And our count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's a little flare. Jessie thinking 2 on the force. A run comes home. And Sterling quickly puts a run on the board. Sterling on top as Samara Allred coming in. She's in the DP role and will hit here for the Warriors. And that one stays upstairs at 1 ball. There's a strike from Amy, and our count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. That one high and away. And our count 2-1. Our pitch, Amy missing downstairs, and our count 3 balls, 1 strike. There's a strike, and our count is full 3-2. 1 away, runner aboard, 1 run across here on the top of the first. That's a little flare. That will dump in. Base hit now. And the Warriors stringing a couple hits together. 2 on and 1 out here in our first for Bailey Warren. Warren, the pitcher. And Sterling standing on the porch and knocking at the door. And that's a little flare. Malia making a jumping catch over there at second. And there's 2 outs. Olivia Kamsa batting here in the top of the first. Or the top, yes, top first. And there's a strike. From Amy to Kamsa, first pitch of the at-bat. That one fouled back and out of play across the street, all the way heading over to D'Angela's Best Pizza in Heston. And the count 0-2. That one misses high and away. And I count 1-2. That's on the ground, and Leah knocks it down, throws in time. So Larks minimize the damage. They hold Sterling to 1. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Back after this here on the Lark Network. And welcome back here to the bottom of the first for the Larks. Jessie, Miranda to start this off. Jessie had herself a busy day in game one, swiping bases, adding to her lead, her conference leading total. Even though this is a non-conference game, it will go down as conference lead. And Jessie stepping in against Bailey Warren. Warren misses high. Bailey Worrell from Hutto, Texas, a freshman. And the bunt laid down, Worrell pouncing on it, and not in time. Jessie lays out the infield single, and Worrell can't come up with it. And that brings up Kaylin Lastly. So Jessie aboard in the bottom of the first. And Kaylin Lastly will come to hit. And Kaylin takes one upstairs by her eyes for a ball. Shout out to the softball team from Reese McCrary, checking in from the Chicago airport. Kaylin, fly ball right side. Rollins going back. Rollins will go overhead, bouncing for the ground rule double, and will keep Jessie at third. And head coach Andy Sharp has to kind of offer a wry smile, as that kept a run from scoring on the double from Kaylin. That's Kaylin's 10th double on the season. She now leads the team. And none out for Lexi Avalos. Got a text saying, "Go Larks, enjoying watching the games. Love this team from and love their coach from his mama." So Coach Sharp's mom texting in. That's the 1-0 coming up from Bailey Worrell. Lexi pops the bunt up. He's going to drop behind the charging third baseman, and Lex has herself an infield single on the popped up bunt, and that brings up Sadie Leatherman. So bases loaded, the meadow is occupied. And Sadie pops it up and over the head of Toby, rolling all the way back here. And one strike to Sadie. The 0-1 up high by Sadie's eyes, and we're counting 1 ball, 1 strike. I went upstairs, and Sadie looks at ball 2. The count 2 balls, 1 strike now to the freshman from Couts, Indiana. Amy Brittato on deck. Sadie rips one past the shortstop. That'll be a base hit. Run coming in, a second on the heels. And Sadie with a 2-run single, and the sharply hit line drive. And she'll have 2 ribbies for her trouble. And the Larks put 2 on the board and now take the lead 2-1. And now Amy Brittato coming to bat. Amy hit her 13th home run in the first game. And Amy looks at pitch downstairs from Worrell, 1 ball. And Amy fouls one off the fists, and that will head all the way across. And dropping some thick grass across the street. The 1-1 coming up for Amy. Amy lays off, and that will get by Rosario, and the runners will move up on the pass ball. Two and one now, the count to Amy. Amy rips it. If that's fair, it is a tailing away foul ball. And he's shooting one into the right field corner, trying for the line drive home run. And our count 2 and 2 to Amy. Worrell dealing. Upstairs and high, and our count moves full 3 and 2. Paige Biddle on deck. Paige getting a nod in this game at third. Amy fights the changeup off and fouls it away. Into that poor tree over there. And our count 3 and 2. Payoff pitch again for Worrell coming up. And that's ball 4, and Amy looks her way aboard. And we are the meadow occupied one more time. This time Paige Biddle coming to bat with none out here in the bottom of the first. Paige takes a pitch down low for a ball from Worrell. Amy, do something crazy for her fam bam in Whittier, California. Amy aboard. Paige fly ball right side. Rollins trying to track it. It will tail foul. Lark's really trying to work the right side today. The wind is stiff blowing in from left. We did see one home run. Our count even. 1 ball, 1 strike to Paige. So the meadow's still occupied. Paige fights off fly ball, deep center field, and that is Yahtzee! Paige hits a grand slam home run into the wind, and Paige deposits one over the fence. The base is clear, and the Larks now lead 6-1 on the home run from Paige. The grand slam for Paige. And the Larks up 6-1. And that will bring up Jenna S. A quick talk here on the mound. And that will bring in YUCAIPA to pitch. Now. So Paige Biddle with a grand slam. Paige's 7th home run, and she'll get to 18 RBI as YUCAIPA coming into pitch. Larks have tacked up 6, still none out as Paige takes the 1-1 pitch. As we are into, we'll take a quick break and be back after this.
Adrianna Ruiz from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Amy Bertado from Whittier, California. Anissa Aguilar, Hacienda Heights, California. Cassidy King from COCHRANVILLE, Pennsylvania. Chelsea Smith, Tacoma, Washington.
Jenna Garcia, Hutchinson, Kansas.
Jenna Schneider from Lodi, California.
Jessie Miranda from TURLOCK, California.
Kaylin Lastly from Salina, Kansas.
My name is Alexis Avalos, and I'm from YUCAIPA, California.
And welcome back. Here's YUCAIPA coming into bat for, or pitch for the Warriors. And Jenna Schneider stepping up as Paige. Here comes the Spoons ones over the fence. On the towering fly ball, and Jenna coming to bat. Jenna takes a pitch upstairs. Jenna's numbers on the season, 11 for 42, 262 batting average. Briaku, the sophomore from Viola, Kansas, in the pitch now. Aku delivering. That one stays a little bit high. On our count, 2 balls, no strikes. Jenna fouls it back into the fence. On the count, 2-1. Still none away here, top of the first. For Jenna, Malia on deck. Jenna G to follow. That one low and in our count, 3-1. Jenna manning first base. Ball 4, and Jenna aboard on the walk from Aku. So still none away here for Malia. This is the 8th hitter the Larks have sent to the plate here in this first inning. And that's a little flare. Malia trying to find some green and running into each other, but a nice catch there by the second baseman, Ayala. Lucio and Ayala colliding. And there's one away. Looks like they're okay. And Jenna G coming to bat. So Jenna steps in. And Jenna offers that the bunt, and she'll take a strike. Jay Money, she's called with one away and one on. Jenna pulls back, and Jenna Schneider will take second on the wild pitch. Our count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jenna on the ground. Aku only play at first base, thrown down in the dirt. Dug out, and they say that Kazma hung on to it. And they're 2 away. Jenna moves all the way over to third, and Jessie comes to bat here in the top of the first with 2 away. Bottom one, bottom one, Larks leading 6-1. 4 of those coming on the grand slam by Page. And Jessie takes a pitch upstairs from Aku. Jessie singled in her first at bat. And the next pitch from Aku, low and in the dirt, and a block by Rosario. 2 balls, no strikes. Jessie, fly ball right side, and that will be foul. That will drop just on the outside of the painted foul line. And our count, 2 balls, 1 strike. So 2 away here for Jessie. And the Larks in front, 6-1. Strike called upstairs, and our count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. See a couple of the baseball players making their way here. Practice seems to be over. They've been fed. Time to come support the Lark softball. That's down in the dirt. Rosario can't hang on to it. Jenna Schneider will stay over there at third base, and the count moves full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jessie, slow roller, Rosario bouncing on it, and it's foul. So Jess moving back. On the ground, gloved by Aku. Aku's throw over. But the Larks scoring 6. We'll be back with the top of the second after this. And welcome back to the top of the second here for the Warriors, as they're trailing now 6-1 after the Larks hanging up 6. 4 of those coming on one swing of the bat by Paige Biddle on the home run to center field, the grand slam version of the home run. And Julia Lucio coming to bat here for the Warriors. And there's a little flare out there that should drop in front of Lex for the base knock. Lucio first pitch swinging aboard. Peyton Johnson, center fielder. Got a text saying, "Go Larks, love you, Paige." Watching from Folsom with quotation marks. That's courtesy of Ruiz and Paige playfully bantering as to where they're from. And that pitch missing away. And one ball here to Peyton Johnson. That's on the ground at Paige. Paige sweeps it up and throws across. That'll go bounce away. Larks with an error. And Paige, unfortunately, tosses that away. Larks with their second error of the contest. And 2 runners now aboard with none out here for the Larks. Michaela Rollins coming to bat. Rollins on the ground. Malia only play the underhand flip in time. A run does come home for the Warriors. As Rollins gets a little gets an RBI for her trouble. The run does score for the Warriors. 6-2 the score. Runner over there at third for the Warriors. That's a little flare. That will dump in for some green. And another run coming home as Ayala with her second hit of the day. Second hit of the game. 6-3 the score. As Sterling has tacked up 2. Sierra Dean coming to bat. And there's a strike from Amy to Dean. That's on the ground. Jessie, the backhand snag. Throw from deep in the hole. In time! Jessie with a great play from deep in the hole to make the play. And they're 2 away. 6-3 our score. And that brings up Brenda Jimenez. Jimenez got to first on fielder's choice. Taps it, slow roller. That going through the gloves, and Page's only play will be able to glove it. And an infield single for Jimenez. And runners now at the corners for the Warriors with 2 away. Two away here in the top of the second. 2 runs across, 6-3 the score. And there's a pitch on the inner half for a strike. The 0-1 delivery. Fouled off, hits a bucket in the dugout, and bounces back towards fair territory. Under count 0-2. Amy deals. That's a slow roller. Page picks, throws. Jenna can't come up with it. And a run coming home on yet another Lark error. Third error of the game for the Larks. 6-4 the score. Got a text saying, "Let's go Sierra Love from Fort Myers Beach." All right. Quick conference out there. Larks defense kind of kicking around a little bit here in this second game. I'll bring up Aku. Aku taps it, fouls it off. So 2 on 2 outs here. Sterling crawling back in this one. They've scored 3 this inning. That went down in the dirt. Sadie with a good block. And the count even 1-1. That one high and tight for a ball, and our count 2-1. That's a little flare that will tail over the dugout and foul by Aku, and our count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got text Sterling fans watching from Fort Myers Beach tonight. All right. Thanks for texting in. Appreciate it. Glad you guys can tune in to this wind-blown softball game. 6-4 the score. Warriors trailing the Larks, and Amy Bertado misses high, and we're full. 3 balls, 2 strikes here on the Lark Network. Payoff pitch from Amy. Swing and a miss. Larks, though, have some damage done. A couple of errors. 3 runs now crossing the plate for the Warriors. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Larks leading 6-4. Back after this here on the Lark Network. And welcome back here to the bottom of the second. Larks leading 6-4. Sterling gets 3 back in that inning. Got a text from my buddy Ryan in Florida. Hi, Ryan. Let's get hot Larks, the text I also received. As Kaylin digging in here in the second. Kaylin doubled in her first at-bat on a ground rule double. And the first pitch she sees from Aku is a strike. So heard from the 505, heard from Florida too as well. Changeup stays upstairs, and our count 1 ball, 1 strike. Kaylin 1 for 1. Kaylin pops it up, and that will be out of play and take a hop. And our count 1 ball and 2 strikes. My buddy Ryan in Florida texting asking how the weather is. Ryan, it's about 73 degrees but windy. Blowing from the south. That's a little flare, dropping in front, spinning away, had some spin on it, and Kaylin legs it out and turns in. I'm not sure that Lucio could ever have made that play. It had enough pool cue spin on it, and Kaylin aboard with the single. Lexi Avalos coming to bat. Lex singled her first at bat. Lex comes to bat. The first pitch she hammers, smothered by Chasma. Chasma play. Nice play by Chasma to get Kaylin on the throw over, and Lex fielder's choice with 1 out. That'll bring up Sadie Leatherman. Sadie singled into in her first at bat. Excuse me, no, she did not single into because Paige hit a grand slam. Oh, yeah, she did. Excuse me, Sadie did single into and takes a strike. Hard to read a scorebook, Rusty. Sadie drops it foul, and the count moves to 0-2. Larks in front, 6-4. Changeup stays way too high from Aku. Our count 1 and 2. Aku deals. Sadie fly ball lifts it up into the wind. That will tail away, and a nice play made by Ayala over there at second base. And there are 2 outs for Amy Bertado, who drew a walk in her first at bat. Amy digging in against Bri Aku. That pitch misses downstairs. To Aku, 1 ball. There's a strike. Lex swiping second. And Lex thinking about going to third, and she will. Lex will go all the way to third on an error, so Lex gets a stolen base in the first error of the ballgame, charged to Sterling. And the count 1-1 for Amy with 2 away. Larks leading 6-4. Amy, a little flare. Ayala playing it in the wind. And the side is retired for the Larks. We play 2. Larks lead 6-4. Back after this. And welcome back to the City Ball Diamond. Olivia Kamsa coming to bat here in the top of the 3rd. Warriors and Larks here in Game 2. Larks took Game 1 7-3. Wind really howling in. I think this wind's probably going to blow up a storm tomorrow. Swing and a miss from Kamsa as Amy coming out here. Working in the 3rd. That one misses outside in our count. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one fouled back to the fence. And Kamsa behind, 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a little flare that will drop foul. Our count now staying 1-2. I count 1-2. One foul back to the fence, and Kamsa battling. Swing and a miss for Kamsa. The 2nd strikeout of the afternoon for Amy Bertado brings up Julio Lucio. Fly ball up into the wind. Lex calling for it will come on and make the play. 2 away. Peyton Johnson coming up here with 2 away here in the top of the 3rd with the Larks leading. Six to 4. Sterling, though, did score 3 in the last half. Their last half inning, and there's a fly ball back to Lex. Lex going back, playing underneath the lazy fly ball. 1, 2, 3, go. The Warriors quickly and quietly will be back after this here on the Lark Network.
Rabbit Ride, Houston, Texas.
Brett Heichman, Lindsborg, Kansas.
Caden Bartlett, Amber, Oklahoma.
Caleb Stoll, Litchfield Park, Arizona.
Tatum Ferguson, Nassau, Bahamas.
Connor Leach, Erie, Colorado.
Dalton Woody, Cibolo, Texas.
Dave Milburn from Lincoln, Nebraska.
David Berzins, Houston, Texas.
Dave Ryan, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Dayton Watkins, Valley Center, Kansas.
Grant Bloyer, Winfield, Kansas.
Hudson Smith, Waukomis, Oklahoma.
Hugo Kinabuchi, San Diego, California.
Ian Leckie, Overland Park, Kansas.
Justin Durnall, I'm from Windsor, Colorado.
Kalen Haynes, Trophy Club, Texas.
Kendall Theory, Westlake, Louisiana.
Malachi Swartz, Overland Park, Kansas.
Naoki Ojimura, Tokyo, Japan.
And welcome back here to the City Ball Diamond. We're going to the bottom of the third. The Larks and the Warriors. Here with Paige Biddle coming to bat in the bottom of three. Paige hit a grand slam, got a text in the break. Let's go Larks from ya fave Sloth. And let's go Larks, get live, we love you from the 505. And Paige takes a strike from Aku. Larks leading 6-4. That one high and away, and our count even up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Change up stays high and away, and the count 2 balls, 1 strike. Paige, a little flare, and that will find green. Paige has her second hit of the afternoon. And Paige will take to second. On the error, Paige thinking 3. Paige checking. Paige all the way over to third on an error, and Paige gets all the way to third after the single and the error. And that'll bring up Jenna Schneider. And Jenna takes a strike. And that one misses downstairs, and our count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jenna drew a walk in her first at bat. There's a line drive. Ayala snags it, throws over, and Paige comes home. So Jenna gets a little sacrifice hit, gets an RBI on the ground out, and the Larks tack up a run, and there's 1 away. Malia coming to bat. Malia popped out to second. Malia pops it straight up. Rosario coming back. And Yaya Rosario can't make a play. And Malia has new life with 1 out. Seven-4 the score. Larks in front. That one missing upstairs. Bottom of the third, and the count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Malia lifts it, and that will stay on the infield. Kazma making the play. Or excuse me, Kamsa making the play. And they're 2 away. That'll bring up Jenna G. Jenna already talking about rumbling with me next Tuesday on sophomore night. Guess I better get ready. Larks add a run here in the third. And Jenna takes a strike. On the ground, and Aku throws over in time. Larks get a run. We've played 3. Larks lead 7-4. Back after this. And welcome back here as we're heading to the top of the fourth. Larks leading 7-4. Sterling coming to work. Michaela Rollins coming to bat. And Rollins on the ground. Base knock for Rollins, and she is aboard on the first pitch swinging. So the leadoff runner aboard for Ayala. Straight in from center field. Ayala shows the bunt and takes a strike. Amy Bertato working here in the fourth. The 0-1. Bunt laid down, and Sadie fields it in foul territory. That'll be 2 strikes. The 0-2 coming up. That's on the ground. Jessie can't get to a base hit for Ayala. This coming up, throwing the throw. Not in time, hits the runner. And the single by Ayala puts a runner, and she moves to second on the throw. And 2 on, none out for Sierra Dean. And Sierra Dean has a fan club down in Fort Myers Beach, Florida. Dean 0 for 2. Excuse me, 0 for 1. Did draw a walk. She takes a strike from Amy. And there's a strike 2 from Amy, and Dean quickly behind 0 and 2. That one in the dirt. I count 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Sierra Dean. That's a little flare that will tail away and drop foul. I count riding 1 and 2. Dean drew a walk in the first and then was forced out and then grounded out her next at bat, so she's 0 for 1. That one in the dirt. Sadie with a block. And the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one's fouled back and out of play, and the count still remaining 2 and 2. That one misses inside. Our count moves full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Dean battling here. Dean fouls it back and out of play into that poor tree that takes a beating. Our count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes, and a payoff pitch coming this way from Amy. Strike 3, outside corner, and Dean is frozen. And 1 out here for the Larks. A quick meeting here for the Larks as they want to talk some things over. Defensively, what they want to do with runners at 2nd and 3rd. With Jimenez coming to bat. Meeting quickly over. Larks won't be in action until Monday. We'll take a break from the Lark Network. Monday, Tuesday, sophomore day will be on Tuesday. After the weekend, the Easter weekend. So, Jimenez grounded into fielder's choice and singled, so she's 1 for 2 in this game. And takes a pitch outside, 1 ball. That one too far out, and our count 2 balls, no strikes. That one high and tight, on our count 3 balls, no strikes. Little flare out there to Nis going back, and that will be over the fence, and a 3-run home run for Brenna Jimenez. A little line drive home run, and Sterling has tied it up. here in the third on the 3-run bomb. And that will close the book on Amy, and Kaylin will come into pitch. We'll take a break and be back after this.
Adrianna Ruiz from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Amy Bertado from Whittier, California.
Anissa Aguilar, Hacienda Heights, California.
Cassidy King from Cochranville, Pennsylvania.
Chelsea Smith, Tacoma, Washington.
Jenna Garcia, Hutchinson, Kansas.
Jenna Schneider from Lodi, California.
Jessie Miranda from TURLOCK, California.
Kaylin Lastly from Salina, Kansas.
My name is Alexis Avalos, and I'm from YUCAIPA, California.
Madison O'Brien, Zuni, Virginia.
Malia Sandy from Girard, Kansas.
Paige Biddle from Sacramento, California.
Reese McCrary from Sacramento, California.
My name is Sadie Leatherman, and I'm from Couts, Indiana.
Shay Hoover, Potwin, Kansas.
And welcome back as Kaylin Lastly has finished up her warm-up. She's coming into pitch now for the Larks as their bases were cleared with a 3-run home run by Jimenez. And Samara Allred coming to hit for the Warriors. And the first pitch from Kaylin misses high and away. All tied up at 7. That one misses away. They count 2-0. A coup is on deck. That one fouled off of the foot of Allred. That hurt me. Oh. She'll walk it off a little bit. I count 2-1. I'll read the DP. Downstairs, and our count 3-1 here from Kaylin to Allred. Ball 4, and the Warriors have a runner aboard with an out. And this will bring up YUCAIPA. And the first pitch from Kaylin outside corner for a strike. Missing downstairs, and our count even up 1 ball, 1 strike. That one's fouled back and into the fence. One ball, 1-2. For Aku, she struck out in her first at bat. All tied up here in the top of the fourth, 7-7. That's on the ground at Malia. Malia flips to Jessie. Jessie whips the throw over, not in time. Larks get the lead runner. And there's 2 outs. Camps is over 2. She'll step into the batter's box now. That one misses downstairs, 1 ball. Kaylin battles back, whips a pitch down the middle for a strike, and our count 1-1. 2 on, runner aboard here for the Warriors, top of the fourth, in a 7-7 game. Fouled back and a tip. And we count 1-2. And the 1-2 from Kaylin. Strike 3, outside corner. Kamsa retired. And we'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Larks and Warriors all tied up at 7. Back after this.
Rabbit Ride, Houston, Texas.
Brett Heichman, Lindsborg, Kansas.
Caden Bartlett, Amber, Oklahoma.
Caleb Stoll, Litchfield Park, Arizona.
Tatum Ferguson, Nassau, Bahamas.
Connor Leach, Erie, Colorado.
Dalton Woody, Cibolo, Texas.
Dave Milburn from Lincoln, Nebraska.
David Berzins, Houston, Texas.
Dave Ryan, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Dayton Watkins, Valley Center, Kansas.
Grant Bloyer, Winfield, Kansas.
Hudson Smith, Waukomis, Oklahoma.
Hugo Kinabuchi, San Diego, California.
Ian Leckie, Overland Park, Kansas.
Justin Durnall, I'm from Windsor, Colorado.
Kaylin Haynes, Trophy Club, Texas.
Kendall Theory, Westlake, Louisiana.
Malachi Swartz, Overland Park, Kansas.
Naoki Izumura, Tokyo, Japan.
Maddie Solomon, Harrisonburg, Virginia.
And welcome back here to the bottom of the fourth. Jessie Miranda start this off here for the Larks. Larks and Warriors all tied up at 7. Top of the order here for HC. As Jessie will, she's 1 for 2. Both of her at-bats coming in the first inning. She singled, then grounded out. And Aku deals. And Jessie on the ground. Aku can't come up with it. And Jessie will be aboard. Jessie singles her way aboard. Another base hit for Jessie. Sharply hit on the ground. And her wheels put her on base. And that brings up Kaylin Lastly. Leadoff runner aboard here for the Larks. And Kaylin's 2 for 2 with a single and a double. As Jessie a threat to wheel. She's off and run. Oh, she thought she was going to be off and running on the first pitch. So that pitch misses to Kaylin. So Jessie at first. Kalen fly ball into the gap, right center field. That's off the fence. Jessie on her way. Kalen pulls into second with a stand-up double. Jessie all the way around, and Kalen has her first RBI of the day, and the Larks retake the lead. 8-7 on the stand-up double by Kalen Lashley. Lexi Avalos coming to bat. Lex singled the first. Got aboard with the got aboard with a fielder's choice in the second. Lex shows bunt, and Kalen dances away. 1 ball. Larks have retaken the lead 8-7. As Lex fouls it backing out of play. And they count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Lex, the third leading hitter on the Lark team, came into today hitting .380, 41 for 108. 2 home runs, 31 driven in. Lex on the ground fouls it off. I'm gonna count 1 and 2. Lex flares one out there, base hit for Lex. Kalen will stay at third, and the Larks have runners at the corners with none out here in the 4th. Sadie Leatherman singled and popped out. Larks have already plated 1 run in the inning, none away. Amy Bertano waiting on deck. Aku working. And Sadie first pitch swinging. That could be trouble. Rollins can't come up with it. Throw coming home. And Sadie aboard after the error. Larks will move up. They'll score another run. Lex goes all the way to third. Kalen came home. And the Larks have put a second one up. It's 9-7. Amy Bertano coming to bat. None away. As Sadie took second, Rollins let the throw go from right field. And the Larks now back in front, 9-7. Bottom 4, and Amy Bertano coming to bat. And Amy takes a strike on the outside corner. Nine to 7 the score. Changeup stays high. And they count 1 ball, 1 strike to Amy. Amy's 1 for 2. Excuse me, 0 for 1. She drew a walk, popped out. And that ball hit a ton out to right field. And hasta lasagna, and don't get any on ya, as that's a 3-run home run for Amy Bertano. And the Larks put 3 up on the board on the home run. They put 5 in the inning. And the Larks now lead 12-7. That's Amy's 14th of the season, as she just adds to her incredible totals. 3 ribbies here for Amy. Amy goes deep, 14 now for Amy. The wind's starting to swirl here a little bit. And Paige Biddle steps in. Paige is 2 for 2 with a homer. And a single. And Paige tried to knock that ball into a different area code and was well out in front of the changeup. Time called, the ball came back in on the home run ball from Amy. And the 0-1 coming up as Amy hits her second home run of the day, 14 for the season. Paige hammers one on the changeup foul. Paige way out in front here. None out here for Paige. She's already hit one home run. That changeup high from Aku. 1-2. Larks in front, 7-12. 12-7. Paige fly ball, and here come the spoons as Paige goes back-to-back. And Paige hits her second home run of the game. And the Larks now lead 13-7. And Paige tacks one up, and the Larks now in front by 6. And that will close the book on Aku, and in comes Rachel Turner. And we will take a break.
Adrianna Ruiz from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Amy Bertado from Whittier, California. Anissa Aguilar, Hacienda Heights, California. Cassidy King from Cochranville, Pennsylvania. Chelsea Smith, Tacoma, Washington.
Jenna Garcia, Hutchinson, Kansas.
Jenna Schneider from Lodi, California.
Jessie Miranda from Turlock, California.
Kaylin Lastly from Salina, Kansas.
My name is Alexis Avalos, and I'm from YUCAIPA, California.
Madison O'Brien, Zuni, Virginia.
Malia Sandy from Girard, Kansas.
Paige Biddle from Sacramento, California.
Reese McCrary from Sacramento, California.
My name is Sadie Leatherman, and I'm from Couts, Indiana.
Shea Hoover, Potwin, Kansas.
And we're back here to the City Ball Diamond. Paige Biddle has gone deep. None out here for the Larks. And Jenna Schneider coming to bat. Rachel Turner coming back into pitch. And that pitch down low, 1 ball. Larks have obliterated the single season home run mark as a team. As this is the best Lark team I've seen swing sticks with long balls. 2 more home runs for the Larks, 3 in this game. And that one bouncing in front of the plate from Turner. They count 2 balls, 1 strike to Jenna. Could the Larks go back-to-back-to-back? I don't think they've ever done that. They've gone back-to-back several times this season. Jenna has a chance to go back-to-back-to-back here. 2 balls, 1 strike from Turner. And Jenna rips a line drive. She's aboard, and the Larks trying to make a mess of my scorebook here. As still none out in the 4th. 6 runs across. And that brings up Malia Sandy. Larks in front 13-7. What's turning into a slugfest. It's almost like a slow pitch softball game. Malia digging in. Malia's 0 for 2. And really howling here. Everybody wants time. I want time. Umpires wants time. Wind just picking up. Chance of storms probably tomorrow. I would not bet against that. And Malia takes a pitch inside, 1 ball. So Malia ahead in the count from Turner. Turner deals, and Malia looks at the changeup, stays high. And our count two balls and no strikes. And that's a hammered ball down at the ground. Throw, and the defensive Sterling gets a lead runner as Turner turns and whips it to Ayala. Or Lucia, rather, 1 away. First out of the inning for the Warriors, and Jenna G coming to bat here in the 5th, or bottom of 4. And the pitch from Turner. Jenna tries to lay a bunt down, fouls it off. Let me reset that count here. 1 away with a runner aboard. And the Sloth texted in saying that was a shot as Jenna pulls back. And the count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. Jenna stays off the changeup. Jenna swings through, and our count 1 and 2. I see Nick Platten here sporting a new haircut after hitting his first collegiate home run this previous weekend. Larks in front 13-7. And time called. Jessie Miranda on deck. Rosario out to talk to Turner. Cloud's trying to roll in. And the 1-2. Strike 3 outside corner. And Jenna goes down. And Jessie Miranda coming to bat. Jessie started this inning off with a single. 10 batters come to the plate here in this inning. Larks leading 13-7. That pitch missing downstairs. It's the 1-0 delivery coming up from Turner. That one missing. Our count now 2 balls and no strikes to Jessie. Malia off to the races. Malia slipping in, and she's safe. Malia swiping the bag. And the count 3-0. Malia has a stolen base. And the 3-0 coming up for Jessie. Strike. And Malia moving over to third. Wind really trying to swing from the southeast now. East-southeast. It's just blowing, it's swirling. But we've seen some fireworks. Swing and a miss, and Jessie goes down. Or excuse me, 3-2. 3-2. Malia coming home, slipping in, and safe at home for Malia. Heads up base running for Malia to come home. Nobody covering. Malia comes home as it was 3-2, 3-1 rather, excuse me. And Malia comes home. Nobody was paying attention. And Sterling has given up 7 back to the Larks. Larks leads 14-7. And our count 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count now to Jessie. Jessie fly ball, and that'll be a base hit. Jessie aboard, and Jessie thinking 2. Jessie all the way in, slipping into second with her speed, and she doubles. Here in the 4th, and that brings up Kaylin lastly. 2 away for Kaylin as Jessie drives one out to left center field. It's now 3 for 4. Batting average will climb. Wind just howling in. Lark still, though, can't put the ball out of the park even in this wind. Sterling hit a home run, too. That one downstairs. Jessie swiping third base. And Jessie taking third on her own accord as she takes third base. Her first stolen base of the day, or of this game. She'll add to her conference leading total. And she'll move up in the rankings nationally, probably into 3rd place. There's a pitch. Inside, and our count 2 balls, 1 strike to Galen. Galen on the ground. Throw across, and in time. But the Larks do some damage. They tack up 7 runs. We've played 4. Larks lead 14-7. Back after this. Heading in, top of the 5th. Gio Lucio coming to bat here for the Warriors. They trail by 7, and during the warm-ups I saw why Ruiz is not a pitcher out there. And that one upstairs, 1 ball. I bet Boo would be the first to tell you that she's not a pitcher. There's a line drive, base knock for Lucio. She goes right back through the middle for the single. Peyton Johnson coming to bat. As Johnson 0-4-2 here in this nightcap. And that one misses downstairs to Johnson. Leadoff runner aboard here for the Warriors. That one misses high and away, and our count 2 balls, no strikes. Johnson chases through the pitch, and the count 2-1. Oh, and downstairs, Sadie with a block. And a good block for Sadie. Her count now 2 balls, 1 strike. As that wind right at us. Every time that wind comes, you see on screen, that hits me right in the mouth. And I'll be the first to say dirt does not taste good. 3 balls, 1 strike to Peyton Johnson. And that's ball 4. And now 2 on and none out here for Michaela Rollins. We're in the top of the 5th. Larks leading 14-7 after hanging up 7 runs in the bottom half. And everything that I have right now is beginning to be tainted red dust as that's fouled off and out of play. Rollins takes a strike and her count 0-2. Rollins singled her last at bat. Oh, too far outside from Kalen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kay's numbers on the season. She's 7-1, a 2.86 ERA. Does a good job of really pitching to contact. That one missing high, and our count 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's on the ground and foul in front of Paige Biddle. And the count 2-2. At some point, maybe the wind won't blow. And the 2-2 delivery coming up. Changeup misses low, and we're full 3 balls and 2 strikes. On the ground and foul past Paige Biddle. The count remaining full 3-2. Long at bat. We've seen some long at bats today. On the ground, and that will be foul on the right side this time. Long at bat for Rollins. She's battling here. Rollins from Rose Hill here in Kansas. And that's outside, and that's back-to-back walks issued here by Kalen. And the bases are loaded full of Warriors with none out here in the fifth. Larks lead 14-7. And Brianna coming to bat. None away. Ayala's 3 for 3 in this contest. And Kalen misses high and away. Misses downstairs. And our count 2 balls and no strikes. And Kalen comes back inside for a strike, and our count 2-1. Ayala fouls it back, and we're even 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's a fly ball that's fouled on top of the dugout. And our count still remaining 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch now. And an out right there. That one hits Malia in the face on the throw as Lucio coming home thinking it was ball 4. And one away here. Walking it off. So one away here. And the count now full for Ayala as Lucio came home thinking it was ball 4, not aware of the count. Count is full. One away here for the Warriors. That is foul, past Paige Biddle on the far side, and the count now still riding full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ayala with an incredibly long at-bat. Lucio was trapped coming home, thinking it was ball 4 when it was ball 3. Larks got the out, almost turned it, rolled up on a double play. And we're still full 3-2. Ball 4, and Ayala aboard, and the bases back to loaded one more time. Sierra Dean coming to bat. Dean 0 for 2. That one stays high, 1 ball. Kaylin. Missing downstairs, and our count 2 balls and no strikes. As the horde of warriors on the base paths now for Sterling. And Kaylin comes back with a strike. On our count, 2 balls, 1 strike here to Dean. Strike 2, outside corner, and the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's on the ground. Malia thinking 2, flips to Jessie. Jessie gets the lead runner. Oh, not. They said that Jessie missed the bag. And Dean has herself aboard. And a run comes home. (14-8) the score. There's a strike to Brenda Jimenez. Jimenez hit a home run on her last at bat. On outside from Kaylin. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. So what happened, the base ump, that's a slow roller. Kaylin, go to 1, and a run does come home. As Kaylin goes to first, a second run coming across in the inning, a 14-9 our score. And the Larks back in front by 5. That one misses. 2 all red. And Kaylin dealing. And there's a strike. On our count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Gets her sign. Larks want to run through some signs again as Allred steps out. That one misses down and in, and our count 2 balls, 1 strike. High and away. And they count 3-1. Now from Kaylin. Ball 4. 4th walk of the inning here for the Larks. And that brings up Rachel Turner. So Turner stepping to the plate. And she'll take a strike from Kaylin. That one misses downstairs in our count. 1-1. bases loaded here in the 5th. On the ground, Jessie flips to Malia. Malia steps on the bag. And we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Larks leading 14-9. Back after this. And welcome back here as we're heading to the bottom of the 5th. Larks leading 14-9 after a long inning in which saw the Warriors of Sterling get 2 back. Well, it's turned into a slugfest here. Lexi Avalos stepping in. That pitch hits off of Turner's leg and drops well short of the plate, 1 ball. The 1-0 coming up. Lex swings, pops it foul. And Nick Platten with the play over there and sporting a new haircut. And they count 1 ball, 1 strike. Lex lines it, and that will drop for a base hit. Lex think of 2. Lex on her way to 2, into the corner. Lex coming 3, and Lex will have herself a triple. As that goes into the corner, Rollins could not find it, and Lex aboard with the 3-bagger. Her 4th triple of the season. She leads the Larks hands down in that category. And that brings up Sadie Leatherman. So Sadie will step in. And Sadie on the ground at the shortstop. Shortstop bobbling just a little bit and can't come up with it. Sadie aboard. Lex comes home and Casma couldn't come up with it. And the Larks put a run back up. 15-9 our score. And that brings up Amy Brotado. And Amy has a chance to end this with 1 swing of the bat. And Amy takes a strike. Amy hit a 3-run home run in the last inning. Changeup stays upstairs. And I count 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Missing down low to Amy. And the count 2 balls, 1 strike. Got a text from the 505 saying, let's go, ladies, get those runs back. Changeup drops down low, and the count 3-1 to Amy. And the pitch. Downstairs, Amy draws a walk. And now 2 on for Paige Biddle. This is going to come in to run for Amy. So the winning run sitting over there at first base for the Larks. Paige has had herself a great day. A pair of bombs for Paige and a single. Paige coming to bat. None away here. Larks leading 15-9. And Paige takes a strike. The 0-1 coming up. That one's down in the dirt, and we're even. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Nis taking second, or taking third rather, as she came in to run. Excuse me, that was Sadie taking third, Nis taking second. On our count, 1-1. Change up, stays upstairs. Paige lays off on our count, 2 balls, 1 strike. And what control for Paige to lay off. Fly ball, left side, and that will tail foul. And Paige has the count. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, she was trying to walk off. To 9. Our count 2-2. Paige fly ball, that will be up in the wind, should get the run home and played. And Sadie coming home, or stopped. And Paige flying out to center field. 1 out. Jenna Schneider coming to bat. Larks in front, 15-9. 1 away. Paige just missed that one. Her first out of the afternoon. And that one inside and tied to Jenna, 1 ball. Jenna looks at the changeup, and the count even 1-1. Jenna, a little fister, that will drop in for a base hit. 1 run coming home, and this will hold at third. Jenna finds a little bit of green. Runners at the corners. 16-9 the score. Jenna gets an RBI single. And the winning run just sits 60 feet away for Shea Hoover. So Shea will come to bat. Larks in front, 16-9. Should say the game-ending run. It's really blowing here again. So Shea will come in to bat, and Cassidy will run for Jenna. So Shea coming to. Shea comes in to bat. Runners at the corners here for the Larks, with Cass coming in to run for Jenna. And the Larks in front 16-9. Shea looks to pitch high and away. 1 ball. 1 away here. And Shea digging in. That went too far in, and Cassidy trots down to second on fielder indifference. That one high and in. 3 balls, no strikes here to Shea. Got a text saying, "Let's go, Shea, you're due, baby," from the 505. Shea might be overdue. There's a strike. Shea takes the strike calmly on the 3-0. And the 3-1 delivery. Shea pops up. And Shea flies on, that brings up Jenna Garcia. And 2 away. Jenna G, 0 for 3. It's 2 outs for Jenna Garcia, who wants to fight with me on sophomore day. She's been talking some mad smack to me about rumbling on sophomore day. That's a week from today, actually. Jenna, a little flare, and that is gloved by Ayala, who tracks it down. Larks get 2 back. We've played 5. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Larks leading at 16-9. Back after this. And welcome back here to the City Ball Diamond as we're into the top of the 6th. Kamza, Lucio, and Johnson all do up. So Kamza 0 for 3. And a swing and miss on the first pitch she sees from Kaylin Lastly. The 0-1 coming up from Kaylin. She gets her sign from Sadie and deals. And that one misses downstairs. And the count 1-1. Sadie has to readjust her wristband. That's fouled back and out of play on the right side, all the way back over towards D'Angelo's Pizzeria, the best pizza in Heston. The count 1-2. That's on the ground. Jenna backhand snap and comes up with it, and one away. That brings up Julia Lucio. Lucio singled her last at bat, one away here in the top of the 6th. On the ground, Jessie picks it up, throws across, and they're 2 away. So 2 away for Peyton Johnson, who drew a walk in her last at bat. And there's a strike for Kayla to Johnson. (16-9) our score. Strike 2 from Kaylin. Our count 0-2. Strike 3 call. Johnson goes down. 1, 2, 3 go. The Warriors will go to the bottom of the 6th. Back after this. Top of the order for the Larks heading into the bottom of the 6th. Jessie Miranda, Kaylin Lastly, Lexi Avalos all due up here. Rachel Turner into pitch. Larks leading 16-9. So, Larks up by 7. And Jessie, who's had herself an afternoon with 3 of 4 performance, doubled her last at bat. Jessie hammers one foul on the left side, 1 strike. Jessie swiping second over there after the leadoff bunt by Jessie. And our count 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Kalen. Lost audio for just a second. We're back. Jessie's on second base. Kalen's at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one too far out, and the count even 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the winning run just 60 feet away over there. And the count even 2-2. Softball under the light. Little flare and gloved. Nice play by the third baseman for an out. And Lexi Avalos coming to bat. Lex tripled her last at bat. Sadie on deck. And Amy in the hole. Time called for Lex. Turner. Dealing. Misses too far outside. You put Jessie over there at second. Pair of stolen bases on the evening. And the 1-0 coming up. Oh, downstairs. I count 2 balls and no strikes. Lex line drive, snag by the second baseman, Ayala. And that's 2 hard hit balls that the Warriors do not want to go quietly into the evening. And that brings up Sadie Leatherman. Sadie made it to first on an error in her last at bat. And Sadie takes a strike. Sadie looks a pitch high on our count. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. Sadie rips one, but tails high into the wind and foul as that disappears behind a house. And our count 1-2 with 2 on. And the 1-2 delivery. Sadie chases the changeup. And the Larks go quietly. We'll go to the top of the 7th. Larks leading 16-9. Back after this. And welcome back here to the City Ball Diamond, top of the 7th. Sterling with some work to do. They trail by 7. And Michaela Rollins, Brianna Ayala, and Sierra Dean all do up here for the Warriors. Kaylin Leslie working here. Trying to work her way into the win. And that one misses downstairs. To Rollins. Rollins drew a walk in her last at bat, singled, and has it grounded out. So she's 1 for 2 in the nightcap. On the ground, Kaylin plays it off the hop, the underhand flip, and there's one away. Ayala comes to bat. Ayala has had herself a busy day at the dish, 3 singles and a walk, on base percentage of 1 billion in this ball game. That one misses downstairs. 1 ball. (16-9) our score. That one too far out. Our count 2 balls, no strikes. And the 2-0 delivery. Fouled back into the fence. And they count 2 balls and 1 strike here. Top of the 7th. And the 2-1 from Kaylin. On the ground, off the plate, fair territory. Kaylin flips over. Jenna with a nice stretch, and there's 2A. So Kaylin with her second putout of the evening, or the second putout of the inning, and Sierra Dean coming up. And Dean 0 for 3 with a walk and a ground out, strikeout, and a fielder's choice. And Dean has that one bouncing in front of the plate. 1 ball. The 1-0 delivery now coming from Kaylin, just a second. She sends it in, and that's on the ground. Page, gloving, throwing, in time! And that's your ball game. Your final score, Larks winning 16-9, and that's 15 in a row for Heston College. They'll be in action. They travel this weekend. There'll be action at home Monday and Tuesday right here on the Lark Network. I'm Rusty Witcher saying thank you and have a wonderful Easter.